All right, hey guys, so today I want to go over a sequence combining a few different leg attacks that I think have been quite interesting and quite new lately. So the first thing is, when playing from a backside 50-50, obviously one of the main problems you encounter is this back step. And it's not necessarily a problem in the sense that it's threatening for us, but it's going to have to change our attacks and how we follow up. So right, if we're here and conventionally, when I go backside 50-50, like what's classically thought of as what's going to happen here is I'm going to push this across, try to get the inside heel. And for PJ to deny this, he takes a back step, and so he can face me. That's one of the reasons he wants to get a back step, so our upper body's going to once again face. So if we come back, the benefit here is like he's not facing me, so it gives me a lot of freedom to move him and then transition to attacks. However, if you guys watch Elijah Dorsey versus some guy named Gazayev, Aiga, the most recent Aiga, Gazayev actually used a very interesting grip from a backside 50-50 where he grabs the toes, so you don't actually need to put the foot in your top armpit. You can keep it in front of you. You grab the toes and then grab your own wrist, so you can actually apply a little bit of pressure on your partner's heel. And obviously at the same time, you don't necessarily need to lock a triangle. You kind of want to keep his knee in place, because if he frees his knee, right here I kind of lost a lot of what I'm working with. To be fair, I do feel like it is viable from here to try extend this back through, because although this grip's primary purpose is to make it hard for your partner to backstep, because when they do, they're going to put pressure on their own knee, right? Like from here, when he does slip his knee, like slip your knee conventionally, it's robust enough, I feel, it's robust enough to kind of suck the leg back in. And from here, we can kind of create some separation, apply a bit of pressure. Obviously, be mindful of your own foot. You don't want him countering you. But I do think it's very threatening for your partner, and it's going to really disincentivize them from backstepping. However, if we find ourselves in situations where our partner does a good job, where let's say we go back, and from here we find it, okay, I don't know what to do now. I feel like, okay, I have a decent grip, he's not backstepping. A transition I really like to make, which is I basically stole from Lachlan, is this kind of face heel hook you guys can use, where I can replace my hand with my own head as I start locking this figure four. So now I can either go belly down, or if PJ starts looking to backstep, and then we'll circle a little bit. But we end in this position where instead of a classic heel hook, and this is different from a Mikey lock in a few ways, but from here, I use my right arm or my top arm to interact with my partner's heel, and then I reinforce my hand position with my own bicep, right? And from here, so long as I can prevent my partner from rotating, I'm able to start looking to apply pressure. Generally, in terms of foot position, I think it's good to occupy the far hip, because if I'm here, I think he can start looking to rotate, clear, close distance, and so on. But if I can get something on the far hip, I feel like from here, I'm able to get a tap. What happened actually when we were messing around a little bit today was, if PJ is able to actually close distance and play in a manner where his hands can then clear my hands, I found what I really like to do is retract my bottom hand to then go to the heel, and this is where I think the Mikey lock becomes very appropriate. Because now, let's look at this transition real quickly. But from here, he fights this and makes it hard, so I can kind of go forward, grab his heel, hand fight a little bit here. But if he's focusing on my hand, I can improve leg position, right? And then I can continue hand fighting, and then I basically just wrap my right elbow around my wrist. And from here now, when he looks to, even if he closes distance, he looks to access my arms, it's very difficult. And now it's primarily just a matter of keeping him far enough away to actually get this tap. So I think this is a very interesting interplay between this kind of face heel hook, which I think is a little bit more accessible than the Mikey lock, but then once we kind of encounter resistance, making that transition. And then initially, obviously, this unique grip that I saw Gazayev use to just stop rotation, and then I feel like that lends itself really well to that face heel hook. So a few different things interplay together that I think is quite interesting, so hopefully you guys like that too.